What if I told you that two frogs could teach you more about hope and perseverance than any textbook? One was big, one was small, but together they faced a life or death challenge. Their story isn't just about survival. It's a lesson in never giving up, even when all seems lost. Can you guess how they escaped a bucket of milk with no way out? Stay with me, and you'll learn not just English, but a life-changing mindset. Once upon a time in a quiet village, two frogs shared the same pond. The first was large with powerful legs that could leap across wide streams. The second was half his size but could dart through spaces no other frog could reach. Though different, they became inseparable. Each morning they explored new places together. The big frog carried them across distances, while the small frog led them into hidden hollows beneath roots and rocks. Their friendship proved that what one lacked, the other provided. But one afternoon, their differences faced the ultimate test. Near an abandoned farmhouse sat a tall metal bucket. The small frog's curiosity sparked instantly. "Let's jump in," he said. The big frog eyed the smooth sides nervously. "What if we can't get out?" But the small frog had already begun climbing. With a sigh, the bigger one followed. Inside, they found only a shallow pool of milk, harmless at first. They laughed at their own nervousness. But as minutes passed, the walls offered no grip. The big frog's mighty legs churned uselessly against the liquid. Panic set in as exhaustion took hold. "We've been swimming for hours," gasped the big frog. His voice cracked. "The sides are too slippery. We'll drown here." He slowed his kicking, breaths coming heavy. The small frog's own limbs burned with fatigue, but his reply came firm. "We've escaped tight spots before. Remember the hollow log?" He forced his legs to keep moving, though each motion sent pain through his tiny body. "We can't stop now." Here lies the lesson. Real challenges aren't overcome by size or strength alone. When learning English or facing any struggle, the voice telling you to quit will always sound loudest. But somewhere within you, another voice must whisper, "Keep going." That night, as the moon rose, only one frog still fought against the milk. His friend had gone still beside him. Their bond now depended entirely on his refusal to sink. The night air grew colder as the milk sapped their warmth. The big frog's kicks became sluggish, his breaths ragged. "It's no use," he choked out, muscles trembling. "We'll never—" His voice trailed off as he blinked at the unclimbable walls. The small frog watched his friend's eyes glaze over with defeat. He knew the truth. Their strength was nearly gone. But beneath the fear, a thought took root. Stopping meant surrender. So he thrashed harder, sending waves across the bucket. "We can't give up," he gasped between strokes. "Not yet." "Why?" the big frog whispered. His legs drifted motionless. "There's no way." With a final look, his body went limp beside his friend. The small frog froze for one terrible moment, then doubled his efforts. Every kick now carried grief, every stroke a silent promise. Something shifted beneath his webbed feet. The milk resisted slightly where before it had flowed freely. Fatigue blurred his vision, but he kept churning, kicking, refusing to sink. The liquid grew denser, clinging to his limbs like porridge. Dawn's first light revealed the miracle. His endless motion had transformed, cream into clumps. With a final heave, he pressed against the butter now coating the bucket's base. One desperate leap carried him over the rim where he collapsed on the dew-wet grass. Inside the bucket, his friend lay still beneath the hardened surface. The small frog croaked a broken sound, not of victory, but understanding. Perseverance had saved him, but only because he'd acted while hope still existed. Here's what matters. When learning English, when facing any trial, action must come before certainty. The butter forms only through motion. By the time you see results, it's already too late to start. That's why we must keep swimming even when the milk seems endless. Change happens slowly, then all at once, but only for those still moving when it comes. A year later, the small frog sat by his pond with 7 tiny tadpoles. Each evening, he told them about the brave frog who'd taught him perseverance. "Your names carry his spirit," he'd say, watching them wiggle in the shallows. That bucket could have been the end, but it became a beginning instead. Proof that even when hope seems gone, movement creates change. Learning English works the same way. Every word you practice is another kick in the milk. If this story helped you, tap like. For more lessons hidden in tales, subscribe. Now go churn your butter.